Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I was out at the fair all weekend, the Amana Renaissance Fair, just doing medic and security stuff. But boy, I too like the fairs. I love being out there and it's touching grass. And this weekend was a good weekend to touch grass, man, because it was kind of ugly. I was on the fence. I didn't know which video I wanted to do today. I don't know if I wanted to do something on Kajira or actually talk about what I consider one of the best pools out here in the cosmos right now, and I'm going that direction. So we're going to be heading over to Astrovault and the Bitcoin pools over there, and we will get to them right after this.
You how you are. You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So I don't think I've made any allusion to the fact that I'm not a huge Bitcoin fan. I understand it. All right, I get it. It's the founder of the feast, man. It's the big dog, Bitcoin dominance. Everything moves with Bitcoin. So when it decides to do something, everything's going to go with it. But you got to be pragmatic, and it really doesn't matter what my own personal ethos is regarding Bitcoin from an investment standpoint. It matters what everybody else's is because I'm one person and the rest of the world has a lot more money than me, so I kind of have to pay attention to that. Now, I'm really not gonna suddenly get on here and start talking about the new money and $1 million Bitcoin and all that stuff. And I'm not Kathy Woods. None of those things, man. But I do like to farm. And I do like to farm safely considering market sentiment right now, particularly market sentiment in the cosmos. And the only place that Astrovault exists right now is over in the cosmos. I still consider it one of the best, one of the just hands down best pools you can get into. There's two of them, and these are the pools in question. So first one I want to talk about right here is simply Bitcoin USDC Noble. That's a 14.34% APR. Pairing up Bitcoin and pairing it with USDC. Now, the USDC part isn't going to move. We hope it isn't going to move. It better not move, but the wrap Bitcoin part certainly is. And I mean, you can take a look at it today. I mean, these big wicked spikes that we've been having, just this crazy price action up and down. It kind of makes you nuts, but it doesn't move in these kind of altcoin percentages, either up or down. And until I start getting a better feel for what's going on out here right now, man, because Cosmos as a whole is, I mean, it's just bleeding way down, and I'm not sure what stops that. So in the meantime, I'm going to try to insulate my money. I'm going to try to do it as much as I can, and I'm actually utilizing these hybrid pools. So these are not AXV pools; these are actual hybrid pools. At no point in either of these are you touching AXV, but AXV, because of how concentrated the liquidity is, the swap volume, the trade volumes over here are, I'm sorry, the slippage fees are almost irrelevant for the amount of volume that you could trade. I'll show you. Let's just do this. Let's take Noble, and if we were going to swap that for wrap Bitcoin, let's see what it costs. A $10,000 buy of Bitcoin right over here is going to cost you 21 bucks, not quite $21. That's for a $10,000 buy. Now you can't get that anywhere else. You simply cannot. So if you're buying in volume, it makes sense to buy in volume here. And if you're cool with the wrap Bitcoin, but yeah, I mean they're just it's almost irrelevant, and that's a $10,000 buy for a $50,000 buy. Your total cost for that $50,000 buy is 140 bucks. Guys, that's indifferent. I mean that's a tip. That's tipping the door, man, particularly for anybody who can lay out $50,000 for a single buy. But that's not really that's just the trading portion of it. That's not even really the hotness. The hotness, the part that I like about it, the reason that I'm in it is because I get to collect 14% on top of it. Now, the payout is in AXV, but they are paying it out in AXV not by inflating the token away, but because they make enough money on the pool that they can afford to pay out 14.34% without beating up their own token. This is something that people just don't do out here. It's certainly not Cosmos. They are using a good model. So they can afford to put out 14.34% on a $630,000 pool and not lose money on it. So it is, for all intents and purposes, profit sharing. They make money so they can incentivize the pool, which will make you decide what you want to do with it. But you can literally farm that at 14.34%. It's a reasonable APR. Take your AXV every day, turn it back into Bitcoin, split it up, do whatever you want to do with it, and actually expand your Bitcoin position on their backs. So again, man, look, I'm not a huge fan of Bitcoin. I'm not a huge fan of the mythology or any of the other stuff. It is more people buy it, it goes up. More people sell it, it goes down. But if I have to hold something, and right now I'm looking for stability as much as I can find, stability, they're going to pay me 14% to hold the Bitcoin. And who knows, maybe I'm dead wrong. Maybe there is all that worlds of upside. But I know that it tends not to move 10, 15, 20% in a single day, and goddamn near everything else out here does. So just looking for a little bit of stability in a pool, that's where I'm going with it. That's it. I have no exposure to AXV aside for what they pay me in rewards. I have no exposure to anything. It is simply USDC, and it is simply wrapped Bitcoin. My biggest threat is a is a bridge hack. That would be about my biggest threat. And you know what? Uh, they've Axelar's been fine, man. I've had no issues with them. So anyway, that's all I got on this one, guys. Questions or comments? Scott at thepodcast.com. I answer any and all of them. And until next time, please stay safe and please be smart with your money. Cheers.